Day 4 of World Cup 2026 delivered everything. A 7-goal demolition, a fairy tale island that still scored against the favorites, and a prediction we made before kickoff that came true on the pitch. This is the complete Day 4 breakdown. Groups E and F, every team, every result, and exactly what the smart money saw coming. You're watching the Smart Money Report, where we read the World Cup through the prediction markets, Polymarket and Kalshi, the sharpest signal in sports, what the money sees that the pundits miss. No noise, just the signal. Let's get into it. We start with Group E, a group of wild contrasts. The 4-time world champions against one of the smallest nations ever to reach a World Cup, Germany. Die Mannschaft. 84 million people, 4 stars on the badge, and a wound to heal, because back-to-back group stage exits in 2018 and 2022 shocked an entire footballing nation. Under Julian Nagelsmann, a thrilling new generation has arrived. Jamal Musiala and Florian Wirtz, 2 of the most gifted young players on earth, alongside the engine of Joshua Kimmich and the threat of Kai Havertz. From the Brandenburg Gate in Berlin to the beer halls of Munich, a nation expects nothing less than the deep rounds. Then comes the fairy tale. Curaçao, the Blue Wave, a Caribbean island of just 155,000 people, the smallest nation ever to qualify for a World Cup. Coached by the 70-something Dick Advocate, the oldest manager in tournament history, and powered by a proud diaspora. Eloy Room, Tahith Chong, Leandro Bacuna. From the rainbow waterfront of Willemstad to the flamingos and turquoise reefs, this is an island playing with house money. 4% to advance and absolutely nothing to lose. Group E also features the kings of Africa, Ivory Coast, Les Elephants, the reigning Africa Cup of Nation champions, crowned on home soil in 2024. 28 million strong, led from the gleaming skyline of Abidjan by Sébastien Haller, Franck Kessié, and Nicolas Pepe. Africa rising, and a team nobody should underestimate. And, completing the group, Ecuador, La Tri. 18 million people high in the Andes around Quito, with one of the youngest and most fearless squads in the entire tournament. Moisés Caicedo, Ener Valencia, and Pervis Estupiñán, a dark horse with real teeth. Now to Group F, the tightest and most fascinating group of the day, the Netherlands. Oranje, 18 million people, the brilliant orange wall, and the most painful record in football. 3 World Cup finals reached, 3 times runners-up, and never champions. Cody Gakpo, Memphis Depay, the Rock Virgil van Dijk, and the rising star Xavi Simons carry the weight of a nation from Amsterdam's canals. The talent has never been the question. The trophy has. Against them, Japan, Samurai Blue, 124 million people, and a team that has stopped being anyone's underdog. In 2022, they beat Germany and Spain, 2 former world champions, in the very same group. Kaoru Mitoma, Takafusa Kubo, and Wataru Endo headline Asia's brightest hope, roared on from Tokyo to Osaka. Sweden are back. Blågult, 10 million people from Stockholm and the far north, returning after missing 2022. And they return with 2 of the most lethal strikers in Europe, Alexander Isak and Viktor Gyökeres, with Dejan Kulusevski pulling the strings. If the defense holds, the goals will come. And Tunisia, the Eagles of Carthage, 12 million people, a sea of red, and a genuine giant-killing pedigree, because they beat France at the last World Cup. Youssef Masakni and Issa Laidouni lead a proud side chasing a first-ever trip beyond the group stage. So how did Day 4 actually unfold? Start in Group E, where Germany were simply ruthless. 7-1 against Curaçao, a statement of intent from a side desperate to erase the past. The market had them above 90%, and Die Mannschaft delivered without mercy. But here is the moment an island will never forget. Tiny Curaçao still found the net. One goal against the four-time champions for 155,000 people back home. That is what the World Cup is about. In the other Group E match, the African champions showed their class. Ivory Coast ground out a hard-fought 1-0 win over Ecuador. Not pretty, but ruthless and professional, exactly what a tournament team does. Les Elephants are up and running. Then came Group F, and the story of the entire day. Before kickoff, we told you do not sleep on Japan. The market priced the Samurai Blue at just 30% against a 50% Netherlands. And what happened? Japan fought back and held the Dutch to a 2-2 draw. The favorites dropped points, the underdog stood tall, and the smart money red paid off exactly as called. That is the edge, see and value the crowd overlooks. And the goals kept coming. Sweden, returning after missing 2022, unleashed their strikers in a stunning 5-1 rout of Tunisia. Isak and Gyökeres were unplayable. We flagged it before the game. If Sweden's defense held, the goals would flow. 5 of them did. So where does that leave the groups? In Group E, Germany sit top on goal difference with Ivory Coast right behind, and Curaçao and Ecuador already facing must-win football. In Group F, it is wide open. Sweden's goal blitz puts them in command, the Netherlands have questions to answer after dropping points, and Japan have proven they belong. One of the most unpredictable groups of the entire tournament. The lesson of day 4. When the market prices a proven giant killer like Japan as a heavy underdog, that is where the value lives. The favorites mostly delivered. Germany and Sweden flexed. But the real money was in spotting that Japan would not roll over. The market saw it. Now you do too. That is your complete day 4 breakdown. The giants flexed, the underdogs left their mark, and the prediction markets, as ever, saw it coming. If you want the World Cup, read through the numbers and not the noise. Subscribe and follow. A new report every single day, all the way to the final on July 19th. The market has spoken. We will see you on day 5.